What's going on, guys? Guns blazing, back at it again. Bring you a level 40 Tyranno Hassleberry farming deck. Just a simple, old faithful, trusty Ubel farming deck. I'm using My Name is Ubel, but you can obviously use Restart. I think that's better, actually. You already know the game plan. Just get a Ubel out with either Fire King Island or Fire King Avatar Yaksha, and that pretty much locks down the board. You sit on your Terra Incarnate until you finally get your Gravekeeper's Vassal, your Montage Dragon, which is a level 30 Tetsu Treasure word card, your Double Union, and of course your Secret Pass. You do need Secret Pass for this deck because, you know, his back row can actually mess you up pretty good, and you'll see why at the end. But apart from that, I don't really have many things to comment about this, about farming this guy. You know, it's really simple, except for the fact that it's extremely tedious to farm. Here's the animation, by the way, in case you wanted to see it. He summons a bunch of stuff every turn, and he pops his field spell every turn too, if he has it up on the board. So I know some of you hate farming, especially when it's this tedious. I do have a different method, which I'll show you after a couple of other things, but first let's finish this farm off. You know the deal. Just get your Montage Dragon out, sack the remaining Ubels. You don't have to go triple. You can also use a Crystal Seer or a Yaksha for the third piece, as long as your Gravekeeper's Vassal gets over 10,000, you know? Now, you see that Survival Instinct synergy with that monster? That thing gets huge. And I learned that the hard way. I tried, direct attacking with Gravekeeper's Vassal just to get met with an 18,000 attack beat stick. Yeah, it wasn't a pretty sight. I pretty much wasted a farm. Anyways, right here is the deck view, just in case you want to get a better view of it. Again, use Restart, not My Name is Ubel. Restart is more consistent. Helps you get that Ubel out ASAP. Keep in mind that these two Crystal Seers and these two Legacy of Yadas, you insert whatever best draw options you have here. For example, if you have Sangan, you use that instead. If you have defense draw, you might want to use that for more safety, but I was just showing the free-to-play alternatives. Anyways, I want to show you guys what I use in between farms. This is what I use for auto-dueling the level 40, not the level 40, the max level SDs in GX World. It's an A-Forces warrior deck. I'm pairing it up with also Mage Power and any field spell. I'm using Power of Dark here because it's what's available on Ubel. That's the only one she has. But you can use, you don't have to use Fields of the Warriors. Just any field spell just to have synergy with Mage Power. A little on the expensive side, but it is high win rate and it ends games quick, and that's all I really look for in an auto-duel deck. Now, here's an alternative to farming that I talked about earlier. If you hate the slow and tedious farming methods and you just want to, open up the app, get a duel in, get as many assessment points as you can, in like 20 seconds, then this is the deck to use. It's the Gate Skill Farm Cheese, but we also can use it in farming decks if we're lazy. It's Draw Sense Earth. We have the Montage Dragon in there. He's the only Earth type monster. We filled the deck with a bunch of high-level monsters, at least level 10s. I threw in a couple of regular Ebolas, just in case I wanted to be really safe, but I don't really think you need them for this deck because a lot of the times it just ends up like this. He just sets a monster and he doesn't even finish you off the next turn, even if you have nothing to protect your life points. He's just going to swing 2 times, and usually here you would pop the skill instead of your usual draw phase, but I already had him in my starting hand, so I'm just going to drop 3 monsters. It's not gonna get over 10,000. It's only gonna get you the over 5,000 damage bonus, but again, this is just something quick, lazy, and gets the job done. It gets you 4,000 points, which is half of the rewards that you get from a full farm, but you spend like less than a tenth of the time. So that might be worth it to you, depending on your goals and how much time you're willing to spend on getting these reward cards. Speaking of which, let's talk about those right now. Just a little quick overview. We got Giant Rex, which is a level 4 2,000 attack beater. It can't attack directly though, so that's a huge downside, but if it is banished, you can special summon it. So that's a direct counter to Spellbook of Fate, the card we all know and hate. And if you do special summon that way, it gains 200 attack for each of your banished dinosaur type monsters. That effect itself is not that huge, but decent card. Black Stego is pretty booty. If it's attacked while it's in face-up attack position, you can switch it to defense, but the real problem here is that it's really weak. Dinosaur decks are usually known for their brute strength, and this guy doesn't really, fit the bill. He's got that pussy playstyle when you really need to be going balls deep with dinos. Miracle Jurassic Egg is garbage. I'm not going to read over that. You can read for yourself to see how bad it is, but next one is Volcanic Eruption. Spicy card. If you control Jurassic World, you can destroy all cards on the field. Only during your end phase though, so that's a huge downside in my opinion. You can't even use it on, you can't even like set and then have it available for your opponent's next turn. This is not a good card by any means. It's just, it's a spicy one, as I said. Survival of the Fittest is a pretty good card in my opinion. Damage Step Trap card, it equips, so it's not just a one-time thing, it actually equips your dino type. You can use it defensively, you can use it offensively, and if you use it on your own turn, and it turns out the monster that was attacking destroys a monster and sends it to the grave, you can make a second attack with the 1000 boost still equipped onto it. Level 6 Frostosaurus, 2617, that's a pretty decent body, but like, is it worth just, having a 1 tribute vanilla? There's so many better cards that you can, stick in your deck. I mean, under Dinosaur Kingdom, it is 29, but I still don't think that's worth it. Black Balachi gains 400 during the damage step when it's attacking. So actually with Dino Kingdom, that's pretty huge. It goes 25. But the real problem is when it gets attacked, it loses 400. So this is similar to, I think it's Jane, Lightsworn Jane. But who knows, 2500 is pretty big. And then, you just set your back row, protect it during your opponent's turn. This card could put in work. I'm not too sold on it, though. Next up, we got Jirac Protops. This card is pretty bad. It gains 100 attack for each monster your opponent controls. Now, we already have dinosaurs that are as high as this when it's max, just straight up, Megalo Smasher X. 2000 attack. Doesn't need that effect. So I really don't see much use in this card right here. But it is a Jirac. Let's keep that in mind. It fits in with the other Jirac archetype cards. Then you got Jirac's Spinos? This card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Spinos token on attack position to your opponent's side of the field. Now that's probably going to combo well with Survival of the Fittest, but this is pretty bad. Level 7, 2600. Not easily summonable. Pretty bad card, IMO. Yo, this Tyrannosaurus Tots got a terrible temper. Yeah, I mean for a little D, he is pretty huge. So let's not underestimate him in the bedroom phase just yet. All these other cards are just, standard duelist drops. Pretty much everyone drops them, so yeah, that's it for now. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you found it helpful or informative in some way. Either way, I'll catch you on the flip side. Have yourselves a good one, and this is Guns Blazing, signing out.
Find your place and lose it. You can do it. Won't you dance with me? Move your feet and feel it in the space between. You gotta give yourself a moment. Let your body be.